Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. We are live earlier than what we normally are, mostly because we're going to have Cowboys OTA news and notes to get to later in the afternoon. So the timing wouldn't have worked to get that one out if we had done this later in the day. So we're bumping this up by a little bit here and going live a bit earlier for our Cowboys Jets Madden Sim. One of the OTA notes we will discuss today later today, is that Micah is again not present, which is a direct result of the contract stuff and everything else going on there. Schottenheimer doesn't seem too upset about it, but it is newsworthy when he's not there. So will the Cowboys pay Micah Parsons before training camp? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Get those votes in. YouTube has kind of unveiled the new community leaderboard. So the more you comment, the more points you get to get the badge on your name. And Super Chats also drastically impact that as well. And then it resets every live show. So will the Cowboys pay Micah before training camp? Y for yes, N for no. Vote in the pin poll and in the live chat of today's stream as well. Again, some details here. Not present at Cowboys OTAs, wasn't there yesterday. Hasn't been in the building this week, basically, is what was said by Schottenheimer, which they've only been in for OTAs Wednesday and Thursday, and then they'll be in again tomorrow. So, not a lot going on there, but noteworthy for me. I would like to have this done. That's my main takeaway. Why can't they just be paid and be moved with already? I don't want to have to drag this out like Lambs. I think that negatively impacted CeeDee Lamb. Get it done. As a reminder, we are doing the Micah decision pool. You pick the date that Micah gets signed or is traded. You can go to chatsports.com/Micah to see all the entries in there so far. Venmo me at WhatGoingDowney, $5 to enter, and the winner gets a 50-50 split the pot. So that is the Micah decision pool details. The majority of today's show, beyond the mailbag at the end, is the Madden Sim. The Cowboys are somehow 4-0. I'm happy with it. I'm a little surprised they beat the Eagles. Not surprised they beat the Giants. The Bears game was a blowout. They kind of got close all of a sudden. Week 4, they did pick up a key win over the Packers. They have the Jets today in our live sim. I might flip the date of the Panthers one. I might try to do it later because I'll be out of town over the weekend and want to make sure we got videos. So TBD if I bump that back and you do it the Monday before instead, Monday after, but we'll stick with the general time frame here. Goal is to get all these done before the preseason games get going in August, so there are some buffer windows. There's some timing of hopefully playoff games as well. So we'll see how things play out. They're off to a 4-0 start, a very good one so far. The Super Chat menu on today's show. $5, you are entered into the George Pickens jersey raffle. $10 gets you 3 entries into the Pickens jersey raffle. $20 for a shot, $50 for the beer bong, $500 Venmo. I'll rock this a custom Cowboys jersey of your choosing. I'm wearing the Andres James Barvo Bad Wolf 69 jersey. So get those in. As a reminder, we will do $20 for the first 20. I'll do 2 shots. First 50, I will do 2 beer bongs as well. We've got enough shots to make it work. It's not a lot, but it's enough, and then I'll buy some more later in the week, or next week, I suppose, there. So get those Super Chats in throughout today's live stream, which we have the Cowboys on the road against the Jets. Updated sim records here. Cowboys are 4-0. The Jets are 1-3. So we're off to a good start. I will say, before you get your predictions in for who you got, C for the Cowboys, G for the Jets, I did make it rain. Something about this just being a Week 5 rainy day matchup up in New York felt right to me. So, I want to mix in some of the weather and calendar stuff. I think Week 17 against the Commanders or against the Giants, it's snowing. It's so much more fun to have at least one snow game in there. So those will be some rain options. So today we'll make it rain. If it's not good, if the play's kind of ugly, I'll blame it on the rain and then just not make it rain again. At least not heavy rain. So C for the Cowboys, G for the Jets. Let me know in the comments who you got. I did make this the record prediction. I made this the surprise Cowboys lay an egg upset loss. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I am extremely worried about Fields' legs. Like, I'm not so much as a passer outside of Garrett Wilson, but the legs do worry me. So C for the Cowboys. J. Did I say G? Yeah. J, because alphabet is hard, apparently, for the Jets. At least it was right on screen, at least. Give me half credit. All right, some stats here from the Madden Sim so far. How can you tell it's a video game? The quarterback is completing 80% of his passes. Has not yet got to the 1,000-yard mark because it's how it tends to go with Madden. Like, it's only 7-minute quarter, so it's a little bit less on the volume there. 80%, 8 TDs. MVP year for Dak? Like, that's what we're on here. Because he also has 3 touchdowns on the ground. Also, what I hate, Madden is counting kneel downs as yards lost, so it really should be more like 35 yards on the ground, but there's been some kneel downs here. Javonte Williams averaging 5 yards per carry, by the way. Only 53 carries, but 272 yards on the ground so far this year. Jaden Blue has been more involved in the passing game. He's got 7 carries for 31 yards, 7 catches for 77 yards. Jake Ferguson actually leads the team in catches, 21 for 227, got his first touchdown last week. CeeDee Lamb leads the team in yards. He's got 265. George Pickens leads the team in touchdowns, but he's had a lot of short area catches, including some of those TDs. Madden Tolbert lives. He actually has more receiving yards than George Pickens does this season. Defensive notes here. Micah only has 1.5 sacks. Last year in the sim, he had an outside chance to set the record late in the season. He only has 1.5 right now, though. Kenneth Murray leads the Cowboys in tackles, had the game-sealing interception last week, 4 TFLs, 29 tackles, an interception, of course, as well. The second leading tackler is Maurice Leafau. So when the Cowboys bring back DeMarvion Overshown, he's out for the sim because he's going to be playing in real life here. I don't know who I'm going to sit as like linebacker 2. Right now, Leafau's got 26 tackles, 2 TFLs. Savone Revel has had some big plays allowed in the passing game, which is a red flag. Also has, I think, more pass breakups than anybody else, almost double anybody else. He's got 6 PBUs, which I did play him week 1, which I don't know if that's going to happen necessarily, but he's a rookie, so I do kind of want to just prefer that option in the end. I think that just makes more sense. To have him fun. It's more fun. That's why I'm making Jaden Blue the third down back. It's entertaining. All right. Put the score for me of Cowboys against the Jets. Let me know in the comments section of today's video. Again, it is raining. I don't really know how that's going to impact things, but I am certainly very curious there. LJ's Comic Burrow wants to know, how is our boy from Clemson? Phil Moff is not playing. It's pretty much just Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue getting all the snaps because it's 7-minute quarters, so there's not as much fatigue, frankly. It's just a little bit less. So it's mostly the starters. I've tried to bump up like the situational subs for edges, and they don't really do it. So I haven't seen any of Donovan Ezeraku either, unfortunately. All right, score predictions for Cowboys against the Jets: 34-17, 17-14, 30-10, 38-20. 30-15, 24-6, 27-21, 31-10, 43-10, 40-0. A lot of blowout predictions coming in, which I would appreciate and I would like as well. 21-19, the Jets from LJ's side of things. 18-12, 20-0, 31-20, 31-21, excuse me. His Zion's totally unbiased. Yeah, of course not, but it's also like, it's the Cowboys. Like, it's Cowboys Report. It's going to be fun there. 35-6, 28-14, 18-12, 60-10. Boy, wouldn't that be electric? 60 points in a 7-minute quarter. I don't know if that's even possible. Outside of just sheer chaos. All right, again, the Super Chat menu here. $5. You are in to our George Pickens jersey raffle. $10 gets you 3 entries. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, so $20 for a shot. The first 20, I will do 2. $50 for the beer bong. The first beer bong, I will do 2. And a $500 Venmo for the custom Cowboys. The one I'm wearing. Andres Yabarvo's Bad Wolf. We'll get one for you, and then I'll wear it and send it out for the remainder of the after the season ends. Excuse me. Talk Madden Sim here. Injuries are turned off. There is no Diggs overshown to start. We'll bring them back around Thanksgiving, around the bye week. Updated Cowboys rosters, not coaches. So still kind of Brian Schottenheimer out there. Or not Schottenheimer, still McCarthy, which is kind of annoying. 7-minute quarters as well. Flags are turned down because I don't like penalties. They're stupid. Also, the first one I did originally, I forgot to turn them off, and the first play was the tackle was like 20 yards downfield. Just like, what are we doing out here? All right. If you are ready to start today's live Madden Sim, like the video for me, please and thank you. Goal is always that 50% like ratio. We're about a quarter of the way there. So help us out. Someone said flag should be turned up when we play the Chiefs. That's Thanksgiving, though. I don't want to do that. Like the video, please and thank you if you haven't already done so. And we'll see what Super Chats we get throughout today's show. Again, let's get to at least 50 likes. That's not even halfway to where we want to be, but let's see if we can't get there. Like the video, 46 likes, but the next update will be 50. I hope it's not 50 and not, anything else there. We'll go to Thomas's Super Chat, then we'll get today's live show started. Thomas Palmer, who I'm also adding into the George Pickens jersey raffle. A $20 Super Chat says 2 shots, Tom. Let's see it. You got it, my friend. How much we've got? We might only have room for a handful. So, first one. All the way to the brim is the goal there. All the way. And second one coming in as well. Thank you, Thomas, from our sponsor, not a sponsor, Northern Discomfort. Get it? Because it's not a sponsor, so we're not going to get free ads. All right. That's something to start. Thank God we had lunch today. So appreciate that $20 Super Chat, Thomas Palmer. There it is. Thank you very much, my friend. You can leave it up when we start the Madden Sim a little bit. How about that? You can put it in there. Let's get things going then. Cowboys, Jets, nothing here in the first quarter. You have to add the scores there, so it's 0-0 Stone. So it's not showing anything else there. But I don't remember who got the ball first in this one. So I said it so that the Cowboys ideally get the ball in the second half, but you don't get to see the coin toss, so it's just kind of all chaotic. So Cowboys, Jets, let's get things going here. Week 5 of the Sim. Looks like Jets ball. Jets will get the ball to begin this one. It is Justin Fields as the starting QB, obviously. Kick is away, brought out by Xavier Gibson for the Jets. Gets to the 30 and breaks a tackle, taken down. They'll mark him at the 36-yard line. It's Xavier Gibson and Kenny Nwangwu back there for the Jets on returns. Justin Fields in his 7 jersey with his 2023 season stats up there. Just went right over the Steelers season because it wasn't there then. All right, let's see what we got here. Fields with Josh Reynolds, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard. There's probably got to watch Wilson in the 5 jersey. I can't turn on Shadow. I would like to have DaRon Bland Shadow Garrett Wilson. I think that would make a lot of sense. So 1st and 10 for the Jets. Fields drops back under some pressure. Will throw over the middle and caught by Mason Taylor, the newest Jet addition on offense, who's going to be involved in the passing game. Somehow I think he had Savone Revel on him, which I found interesting there. Mason Taylor, the 2nd-round pick out of LSU. Jets now already to midfield. I-form set with Fields under center. Multiple tight ends in the game. Stretch left to Breece Hall. Will get taken down by Mazi Smith for a gain of 3. A good run support play there by Mazi. This is the Jets interim coach. The hair is glitching through the hat. Great product you got there, EA. Unbelievable. How does that even happen? That looks nothing like their interim coach from last year either. Fields play action, swings it out in the flat to Breece Hall. Leofau will bring him down, but he picks up 5. That will bring up 3rd and 2. Someone said rare Mazi Smith sighting. For the season, he has 3 tackles, one of which was a TFL. I guess that gives him 4 now on the year. No updated coaches, so unfortunately you get to deal with McCarthy and not the Jets interim. Fields on 3rd and 2. Throws and broken up. A nice PBU by Malik Hooker. That will bring up 4th and 2 from the 42. With a very low res, couldn't tell which number that was. Looked like it was 94 out there on the sidelines. Very low res. Jets will punt here. I think that's actually Thomas Morse. I think I forgot to remove him because I filmed it before the cut. Oh well, we'll pretend it's the Jets' new punter. We're just gonna pretend it's Austin McNamara. I filmed this one like the day before the news of Morstead getting cut, so my bad. Or was that when he signed? Yeah, that's my bad. So wrong punter in the game, I think. Yeah, no, that's definitely Morstead. I did not delete him from the game. My bad. All right, 1st and 10 Cowboys. Rain coming down on the road. Single back set. Prescott will play action pass and get drilled immediately. A loss of 9 on that one. Jamie and Sherwood. That one, somebody missed the block. Nothing like doing play action, having a free runner directly in your face. Kind of feel like that's Javonte's fault for not staying in the block. Like, off the play action, he just immediately ran to the flat, and there was no one to pick up Jamie and Sherwood. So, 2nd and 19 now coming up here for the Cowboys. Poor territory. Back at their own 16-yard line here. Trips left, Prescott. Stepping up, tucking, running, will slide and pick up 6. Still going to bring up 3rd and 13, however. Third and long for the Cowboys. Type in those 3s on 3rd down. Prescott will drop back. It's a screen. They swing it out to Blue. Blue cutting it up is not going to get the first down. He got 6, but that still brings up 4th and 7, so a quick 3 and out. You know, I think all the sacks that Dak has taken this year, I think all of them were like his fault. Like, it's just like just holding the ball long for no reason. That one was not his fault. That one was just free runner. So Brian Anger on for the punt in the rain. Xavier Gibson back to return this one from his own 35. Calls for the fair catch. Gets to the 37. What? Questionable yard spotting there. We'll come back to the rest of the first quarter, but first, the Super Chat menu. $5, George Pickens jersey raffle. $10, you get 3 George Pickens jersey raffle entries. Already did one shot, so everyone beyond this is $20. $50, first one is 2 beer bongs. And the $500 Venmo gets you a custom Cowboys jersey like the one I'm wearing, and we'll rock it throughout the season as well. So back out now on offense come the New York Football Jets. 1st and 10, great field position. Ball at their own 37. Fields throws. Nearly a pick 6 again by Revel. Been 3 of those this year. And yes, Anthony Green, we will do the Venmo 50-50 raffle. I don't know which date, but at What Going Down, need $20 for the Venmo 50-50 raffle. Want to make sure we get enough of those in and give away more money in the end. But Anthony, we will do it. Promise you. 2nd and 10. Fields drops back to pass. Rolling to his left. Micah brings him down for a sack. It's a loss of 8. Micah Parsons coming around the edge. Fields, as he often does, held that ball for too long, and he ends up losing 8 on that one as Micah Parsons gets the first sack of the game. Or for his game, I should say. Obviously, the Jets had one already. So 3rd and very long. Type in those 3s now. 3rd and 18 for the Cowboys. I think Revel's like a 72 in this game, I think. back out up to their own 29-yard line. Jets on third down. Fields in the shotgun. Blitz is coming. It's picked up. Now it's not. Fields rolling to his right. Tucking, running. He's going to get the first down and more past midfield 40. Taken down just shy of the 35-yard line. The Cowboys brought the blitz against Fields. It wasn't contained. He bounced it wide and picked up a ton on that one. So now the Jets are in field goal range, essentially, after a 3rd and 18, a huge scramble and run. Fields dropping back, now rolling to his right again. Again, it's not contained. Fields will pick up about 15 to the 21-yard line. Ecuador man AOG, $2. Shout out to the son. Had my grandson this weekend. Congratulations, Ecuador, to you and your family. Cheers to you, my friend. I know how exciting that is. So congrats. That's awesome. All right, Jets now just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line. A pair of Justin Fields scrambles doing the work on this drive. It's a play-action pass. Fields has all day, throws, nearly intercepted again by DaRon Bland. And that one kind of felt like it was designed to be a pass breakup. Bland is faster, and it just bounced off his chest. So a dangerous throw from Fields leads to nothing for the Cowboys. They will now do 2nd and 10 from the 21. Fields drops back. Rolling right, throwing, dropped. Breece Hall in the flat did not hold on to that one. Should have been a gain of at least a couple. Now it is 3rd and 10. Looks so bad with the hair phasing through the cap. How does that happen? So 3rd and 10, maybe run quarterback contain. It's play action. Fields didn't keep contain again. He's going to scramble and get the first down. Why is Dante Fowler cutting inside on that? Why? I don't know what Justin Fields has on the ground on this drive, but it's got to be close to 50 yards by now, if not more. Another 3rd and long pickup on the ground by Justin Fields. So 1st and goal from the 8, 2:08 to go. Fields drops back to pass. It's a heavy step drop. Got a man on a drag route. Does not get in. Down to the 2 is Allen Lazard. So 2nd and goal from the 2 as the lack of contain on 3rd downs killing the Cowboys defense. Fields will give it to Hall. Hall will dive and score. And the Jets strike first with 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Breece Hall gets an easy carry. Damone Clark does not fill that hole very well in the middle. And the Cowboys are down 6-0. The extra point coming up here from Anders Carlson. This would make it a 7-0 lead. Jets up early in the rain. That kick is good. 7-0 as CJ DeYoung says only 63 likes today, he means, Tom. Damn it. Can we get to at least 69 right now? I feel like that should be the minimum for every show. So CJ's right. Like the video, please and thank you in the comment section of today's show. So Jets 7, Cowboys nothing. As a reminder, the first $50 super chat that comes in, I will do 2 beer bongs for. Kick coming up here from Anders Carlson. It is away, fielded by Jaden Blue, and Blue will get taken down just shy of the 35-yard line. And the Cowboys offense will come back out there for the 2nd time today, following the early 3-and-out with a sack on the first play of the game, a free rusher from Jamie and Sherwood. The Cowboys picked up 6 yards on 2nd and 3rd down, and they were about 6 shy. Pistol set for Prescott. Play action. Has some time. They're going to check it down to Jaden Blue, and it's dropped. It's a weird process. Like, that was going too quickly through the progressions. because, like, he had plenty of time back there. So far on first down, the Cowboys have a -9 yards on 2 plays. 2nd and 10. Prescott in the shotgun. He'll give it this time to Williams. Williams will get brought down to bring up 3rd and 7. So another 3rd and long coming up here for the Cowboys. There's the old, well, at least it wasn't run, pass, I guess, but see what Dallas does here in the rain. Shotgun set, blue in the backfield. Blitz coming, Prescott tucking and is going to go down immediately. It's another sack. Quincy Williams made that one. And the Cowboys have, I think, 0 yards of offense now on 2 drives. They have to punt from their own 30. More sacks than first downs. So anger on for the punt now. It's away. Xavier Gibson back to return this one. That is caught at his 35. And the Jets will take over on offense there. The Super Chat menu again. I'll go quick. $5 into our George Pickens jersey raffle. $10 gets you 3. $20 for a shot. 50. 2 beer bongs for the first one at least. $500 Venmo gets you the custom Cowboys jersey. I'll wear it throughout the year. Show it out to you at the end of the game. So Jets now back out on offense. Fields, the quarterback, had a ton of scrambling success on the opening drive for New York. 1st and 10, or last drive for New York. Fields will hand it off to Hall. He gets nothing on that one. Loses 3 with some pressure, or pocket pushing, I should say. Got forced there. I think that was Malik Hooker. Tough to tell in the video game numbers sometimes. Loss of 3. Yeah, Dallas has -1 yard. They're -1 yard in the first quarter. Unbelievable. Hall will give it. Hall will pick up a couple to bring up 3rd and 7. That will be the final play of the first quarter. And the Jets will now come out or stay out on offense. We'll flip sides of the field. 3rd and 7 coming up. Type in those 3s in the comment section. There's fake Madden Mike because we can't change the coaches yet. A big 3rd down. Spam those 3s for me. Ball to 39. Fields in the shotgun. Will they keep contained? Fields all day over the middle. Leafau lays. They did not give him the first down. I thought he had it. They did not give the Jets the first down. Maurice Leafau laying the lumber on Josh Reynolds to bring up 4th and inches. The Jets should go for this. They're going to punt like cowards. Jets are punting. It is away. It is a high, short left punt and out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So a huge play by Maurice Leafau to stop the Jets on 3rd down. The cowards in New York do not go for it. And that brings up 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Cowboys will go offset I, Prescott under center. Play action again. Prescott rolling right and is going to take a horrible sack. That's Quinnen Williams. What is this? What is that? Just ran right into the pressure, and it is now 2nd and 16, and the Cowboys have -7 yards of offense. Horrible. Just horrible. So we'll try now with -7 yards of offense. 2nd and 16. Prescott will drop back. Throws. Check down. Caught by Pickens. He'll pick up 11. Get the Cowboys into positive yards for the day. And bring up 3rd and 5. Big 3rd down. Type in those 3s here. Prescott will go to the pistol. 2-by-2 set, kind of stacked. Blue in the backfield at running back. Dak will drop back. Has time. Tucking, running, will get the first down. Prescott redeems himself after a garbage tier sack and picks up the first down. I question if in real life he'd ever be able to outrun Jamie and Sherwood. Like, he's super fast, Sherwood is, but hey, take it and run. Evens out like a, negative or 0 level awareness sack. 1st and 10, Prescott hands it off to Javonte Williams, who is going to get nothing on that one. Sherwood and others, including Francisco Mauigoa, the new linebacker for the Jets, the 5th-round pick out of Miami, in on the tackle there. So 2nd and 10 now. And the Cowboys offense get going here. They've still got like 11 yards of offense in the game. Dak will drop back. Looking all day, now tucking and running, and is going to get 2. I'm going to assume there was great coverage downfield, because otherwise, what are we doing here? So again, it is 3rd down. 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Jets and the Cowboys. Prescott drops back. Takes a shot downfield. It's a bomb. He's got Ferguson for a first down to the 32-yard line. Dak to Ferguson for a huge pickup, beating Andre Cisco. A huge chunk play the Cowboys badly needed. A first down. Type in those ones. Cowboys now threatening in Jets territory. 4:06 to go. The Jets are challenging whether or not it was a catch.
Did he drag that second foot?
I thought he did. It looks like a catch to me, but it's also a video game, so who knows what it actually reads as a catch. Play is under review. Haven't seen it change with the yards to go or anything, so I think it's going to stand. There's totally not at all like Jeff Ulbrich, the Jets interim coach last season. So it will stand. First down, Cowboys. 4:06 to go in the first half. Dallas coming out now in the pistol with multiple tight ends. Someone said head coach Edward Cullen. Handoff to Javonte Williams. Nice bit of running there for Javonte. Picks up 6. Longest run of the game for Williams so far. Yeah, it's supposed to be Jeff Ulbrich, the interim coach from last year. Definitely not Aaron Glenn. Definitely not Robert Saleh. 2nd and 4. Prescott in the shotgun. Williams to his right. Dak will drop back. Flushed, rolling right, looking, tucking, running. Will get the first down and more. Slides down inside the 10. Barely outpacing the pursuing Quinnen Williams. Another big scramble. It's been a scramble fest by these quarterbacks. Obviously, Fields has had more success. So 1st and goal from the 7. 2-for-1 beer bong offer still stands. I'll do a shot with it if we get a $50 beer bong and they score. How about that? Add a shot to it. Dak in the shotgun. Throws, caught. Ferguson's down to the 1-yard line. If we get a $50 super chat, I will do 2 beer bongs and a shot if the Cowboys score a TD right here. 2nd and goal from the 1. Prescott will go under center here. Williams the single back. It's a pass for some reason. Dak will run. He's to the edge. What the heck? He threw it away. He could. What? How does that make any sense? Open. He had guys open, and he could have scored on the ground. What the hell? It's rigged. R in the comments, it's rigged. Kidding me? At least they score on the next play. He was going to score or throw a touchdown there. He had guys open and no one in front of him. Why would he throw it away? Like, I'm glad they scored. I'm like, what the hell? Touchdown Javonte. Look at the hole there between Tyler Smith and Cooper Beebe. TD and R, because that made no sense as to how Dak just threw it away there. Extra point coming up here from Brandon Aubrey to make it a 7-7 game. With 2:32 to go in the first half. Toxic Tom, that just cost me my parlay. Extra point is good, so we are tied up at 7. That was an 11-play scoring drive, went 77 yards for the Cowboys. Alex F. is right. Madden is maddening. Madden Dak runs 5 yards into a sack and throws it away with room to run in the end zone. Did Dak have Javonte on his fantasy team and he wanted to get a touchdown? Like, what the hell? Maybe Dak had Williams on his parlay, which would ban him for life, but not for life. But you bet on your own team, maybe. Kickoff is away. Gibson back on the return for the Jets. Doesn't go anywhere. Brought down at the 25. So the Jets back out on offense with Justin Fields. That really was like the most Madden moment ever. Like just almost as good as Izzy going out of bounds on the return. It's like the game thinks he's going to get sacked, so I don't know. It doesn't make any sense the way it's coded. Unbelievable. All right, Cowboys Jets all tied up at 7 again here. Fields under center. Handoff to Breece Hall. Breaks one tackle. Is brought down after a gain of 2. Looks like Kenneth Murray in on that tackle. So 2nd and 8 coming up here. We're 6 likes away from 100. Remember, a $5 super chat gets into our George Pickens jersey raffle. 10 gets you 3 entries. Fields on a drag, caught by Mason Taylor. Leofau again, laying the lumber, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Madden Leofau loves the hit stick. He loves it. 3rd and 1. Type in those 3s on 3rd down here. 3rd and 1. Fields in the shotgun. 2 receivers left. Fields will drop back. Has time. Over there. Downfield. Got him in. It's a wide open Garrett Wilson. He beat Izzy Mukwamu on that one. And the Jets now have the ball at the Cowboys' 30-yard line inside of the 2-minute warning. The 3rd down offense for the Jets has been on fire. Lucky that ball wasn't more inside, or Wilson didn't cut that up more inside. He got behind Mukwamu with no safety help over there. None. Which is very questionable defense. So 1st and 10. Jets will go in the shotgun. Trips right. Fields drops back to pass. Over the middle. Low, caught. I guess to the right side more than over the middle. A gain of 6 by Allen Lazard. The clock will run. Ball at the 24-yard line. Sip some water. 2nd and 4. Fields in the shotgun. He'll drop back. Throws an out route. Caught for a 1st down by Lazard with some minor late hit. 1st and 10 Jets. 1:14 to go here in the first half. Ball at the 19-yard line. Can the Cowboys defense hold them to at least a field goal here? Cowboys are late shifting the defense too, by the way. Looks like Leofau's out over Wilson in the slot. They go right to him. That was a no-brainer. A gain of 8 on that one. Might have actually been Allen Lazard. Putting Leofau on a receiver is never going to work well. Bad defensive play calling. Inside of a minute to go now in the first half. Jets facing 2nd and 2 from the 10. Just outside of it. Fields drops back, tucking, running, and he is taken down at the 1. Timeout Jets. 37 seconds left. The legs of Fields continue to cook the Cowboys. So 1st and goal now from the 1. Jets have 1 timeout. 37 seconds left in the half. They're going to go shotgun here. Quarterback draw, maybe? High snap, Fields, flushed, tucking, brought down by Odighizuwa. It's a sack. Osa Odighizuwa brings down Fields. Timeout called. Think that is the Jets' final timeout. 2nd and goal from the 5. They were a yard away, and they went empty personnel. So stupid. Just sneak it. It's not that hard. Now the Jets, which I'm glad they messed up. No timeouts. Ball at the 31. Fields throws, caught, down at the 1 again. I thought he was in. They marked him short. Clock is ticking. They got to go. They're not showing any urgency here. Now they go no huddle. Play clock's down to 7, 6. Fields under pressure. Tucking. Oh, he's going to score at the buzzer. Fields again with no contain. And of course, Mozzie can't outrun Justin Fields. Why didn't he throw that one away like Dak did? 2 seconds left in the half, and the Cowboys are about to go into the half down 14-7 after this extra point. Brutal. This is Anders Carlson. Kick is up and good. 14-7. That one stinks. So 2 seconds to go. The Jets will kick it deep. The Cowboys will probably kneel. Just brutal. Justin Fields and his legs. I wish I had paused and checked. I don't pay attention to the games when I'm recording on the PS5. I actually turn on the TV and leave. Wish I'd paused and got the stats at halftime for Fields' legs. Oh, they'll bring it out. Turpin drilled. Absolutely lit up by Francisco Mauigoa. So 14-7, Jets are up over the Cowboys. The Super Chat menu before the second half, $5, George Pickens jersey raffle. $10 gets you 3 entries. $20 for a shot, 54 beer bong. That is 2 beer bongs for the first $50 beer bong that comes in. I'm rocking the Barvo custom Cowboys jersey. $500 Venmo. We'll make one for you too. I'll wear it throughout the season and then ship it out to you at the end of the year. So Jets 14, Cowboys 7. It will be Cowboys football here to begin the second half, and they kind of got to go get points, it feels like. Does feel like a trap game so far, at least. Kick is away here. At the 10 is Turpin, and Turpin will get to about the 30. So Cowboys back out on offense. Javonte Williams had the touchdown earlier today after Dak threw it away with no one in front of him on a scramble. Been very quiet from CeeDee Lamb today and Madden Tolbert. Haven't called their names once. Called Ferguson and Pickens so far. No Lamb involved. Maybe Sauce Gardner's taking him away? First and 10. Trips left. Williams to the right. Now going to go in motion. Watch for the swing. They set it up. Williams catches it and is going to get maybe a yard on that one. And you got the running back turning around to catch the football. That's always a bad sign. 2nd and 9 now coming up here. Early in the third quarter, Cowboys down 14-7. Prescott in the shotgun. Drops back. Throws. Caught by Blue for a gain of 3. Bringing up another key third down. 3rd and 6 here. Type in those threes on third down. Third and 6 here. Trips left, tight end to the right. They're going to swing blue out wide. Prescott under pressure, stepping up, rolling left, tucking, running, cutting weirdly, and gets the first down. This looks like Madden physics, like running, reset. First and 10, Madman. So you can click on the badge is what's next to your name. It is called the Community Leaderboard, which is based off of, like, I think it's mostly comments. Whoever comments the most gets the badges. As Ferguson on the drag picks about 15 on that one for a first down. I don't know how they calculate it, but it's basically the people who comment and do the most get the most points. So that's what that is. First and 10, Cowboys get a big first down. I have injuries off, Aaron. No injuries during the sim. Prescott drops back, throws, caught again by Ferguson, breaks a tackle, picks up 8 on that one. Seabass is right. No Tolbert Madden, no Madden CD at all either. So 2nd and 2 for the Cowboys, trying to tie this game up. Shotgun set for Prescott. Drops back. Nope, it's a draw to Williams, who gets the first down, picks up 4. Type in those ones for a first down. Samuel says a $2 super chat. Thank you, Samuel. I'm at the gym. Screw music. Listen to the Cowboys Report instead. Be entertaining when the Cowboys score, if they score. So thanks, Samuel. I appreciate that. First and 10. Shotgun set for Prescott. Drops back. Hands it off to Williams. It's a gain of 7. So 2nd and 3 coming up now. Cowboys are marching on this drive. About to have the ball for over half the quarter on this one alone. Prescott drops back against the blitz, throws, and caught. First down, Pickens. For a second, I thought that was picked. That was a very tight window throw. Pickens makes a great catch there. It is 14-7, by the way. The score bug was wrong we went to the super chat. 14-7, Jets up. First and goal from the 10. Prescott keeps it. Is going to kind of slide, but not, and pick up 2. If the Cowboys score a touchdown on this drive, a $50 super chat will be 2 beer bongs and a shot. $20, I'll do 2 shots if one comes in. Empty personnel, 2nd and goal from the 8. Dak barking out signals here. Prescott will drop back. Has time. Now flush to his right. Tucking. Running. Dak won't throw it away that time. He'll score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak is in, and the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this one up. This really has been a scramble fest in this game. Like, there's not been a big chunk play to Ferguson, a big chunk play to Garrett Wilson, and then a lot of running involved too. So another rushing TD for Dak Prescott that actually gives him, by the way, 4 in the sim, in all the sim games this year. Big play by Pickens to get the Cowboys into the red zone. Extra point time now from Brandon Aubrey. This one should be a chip shot. Up and good. So we are tied up at 14. A 69-yard drive. Everyone type nice. For 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Taking up over half of the 7-minute sim Madden quarter here. So Cowboys now set to kick this one off. Xavier Gibson, Kenny Nwangwu back on the return for the Jets here. Aubrey's kick coming up here. It is away. Grabbed at the 8 by Gibson, who doesn't get anywhere. I think that was Damone Clark who made the tackle. Jets back out on offense, the 27-yard line. There's the Justin Fields rushing stats. 5 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown for Fields on the ground today. Remarkably impressive. I thank you, Dan. I thought MetLife rain just made sense to me, you know? So 1st and 10, ball to 27 for the Jets. Handoff to Hall. Hall cutting it up is going to get maybe 1.5 yards on that one. Couple of Cowboys defenders in there on the tackle. So 2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball just outside the 28-yard line. Fields gives it to Hall. Hall gets nothing on that one, maybe 1 yard. Osa and Micah combined for the tackle. It is another 3rd and long upcoming for the Jets. Keep contain this time. Has been their issue all game long. 3rd and 7. Fields in the shotgun. Drops back. Pressure coming, rolling, throwing. Incomplete. Malik Hooker in coverage on Mason Taylor, and the Jets have to punt a big stop by Dallas. Daniel, $2, says, finally a drive that looks good. I agree. That took a little bit too long to have a kind of consistent drive. Big one there by the Cowboys. Punt coming up here. Turpin back deep on the return will call for the fair catch outside of his own 30. And Dallas a chance to take their first lead of the day now. Coming out on offense. See if we can get Lamb and or Tolbert involved. They have been held in check. It's been Ferguson, Pickens, and the backs involved in the passing game so far. That going I-form set. He'll give it to Williams off the left side. Williams gets loose for a first down and more. Past midfield, taken down about the 48-yard line. Type in those ones. Appreciate you, J Boot 83. That is 3 entries into the George Pickens jersey raffle. Thank you very much, J Boot. I appreciate that. Cowboys are marching now in Jets territory. 1st and 10. Every $10 we've got $9.99 counts, by the way, will get you a 3 entries in the George Pickens jersey raffle. Handoff again to Javonte. He's going to get to about the 45 to bring up 2nd and 7. Minute 15 to go in the 3rd. I think that's Dante Fowler, by the way. From the 45, Williams to the right of Prescott. Jets showing a blitz package. Dak changes the play at the line. Drops back. Quick pass. Caught by Lamb. His first catch of the game. And it's a first down pickup for CD. Type in those ones. CeeDee Lamb finally involved for the first time all game with a catch. Cowboys have to run at least one more play before we get to the 4th quarter. It is 1st and 10 at the 38. It is the band celebration still from Lamb. Prescott a draw, and Javonte loses 3. The offensive line got pushed back on that one. Cowboys don't have to run a play. They probably will based on the way that I've noticed the CPU tends to work. 2nd and 13. Ball at their own, at the Jets, 41-yard line. They're going empty personnel on this one. No one in the backfield. Prescott throws, caught by Pickens. He only picks up 3. It brings up 3rd and 10. Cowboys are in field goal range as we enter the 4th quarter here. Wouldn't really be a fourth quarter comeback, but it would be a potential game-winning drive here by Prescott if the defense can hold. So 3rd and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. It'd be a 56-ish yard try. Prescott drops back, has time, throwing, caught by Tolbert, who gets the first down. Madden Tolbert always delivers. Always delivers when counted on. Type in those ones for Tolbert and for the first down. Get those ones in the comments. Dak drops back to pass, throws, caught by Ferguson, picks up 7. Cowboys in the red zone. Again, if they score a touchdown on this drive, 2 beer bongs for a $50 super chat, and I will do a shot. So we'll increase the juice a little bit here. We'll get to CJ DeYoung's $10 super chat after this drive. We are in the fourth quarter. It's a tied football game. Prescott gives it to Williams. Williams is going to pick up 3 on that, or picked up nothing, excuse me, to keep it at 3rd and 3. 6 to go now in the ball game. Cowboys 14, Jets 14. Third and 3 at the 19. Prescott drops back, throws, drag route, caught again. It's Madden Tolbert delivering. 1st and goal from the 10. Type in those ones. Tolbert had done nothing until this drive all game and has 2 critical 3rd down pickups. 1st and goal. Prescott under center, throwing in the flat to Ferguson, who breaks a tackle but is going to get nothing on that one. 2nd and goal. This will take us down inside of 5. Prescott will give it to Williams. Williams is going to get taken down at the 7. 3rd and goal coming up next. Can Madden... Do you look for Madden Tolbert here? Ferguson, Pickens. You're going to have to throw it. Jaden Blue in the backfield. Tight end to the right. 2 receivers left. You can't see Pickens at the bottom of the screen. Dak tucking, running. Dak is going to score again. A 2nd rushing touchdown. He should have 3 today. Dak is in, and the Cowboys have their first lead. Madden Dak has 6 rushing touchdowns, or 5 rushing touchdowns of the season now. 5. He's got 13 TDs, 0 turnovers. Knock on wood. Cowboys 20, Jets 14. 4:18 to go. Extra point coming to make it 21-14. CJ DeYoung III, a $10 super chat here after the extra points. Up and good. How long in real life before there is drama on the sideline between 88-13-4 because of ball distribution concerns? It's a great question. It'll probably happen at some point because that's how it often goes, especially if you're not winning games. It probably won't come if the Cowboys are 5-0 or I guess 4-0 like this in real life. Like, I don't think Pickens and Lamb are going to be mad if they have this amount of yards, but they're 4-0. Like, they'll be okay with that. I do think you'll see Pickens on his best behavior early in the year, but there will be a Pickens crash out at some point. It happens every year. So it's a good question. I would suspect that it probably comes from one player more so than the other two. Return here for the Jets does not get to the 30. 27-yard line with 4:19 to go. 4:15 to go in the football game. Jets down by 7. Fields and the Jets are going to go with empty personnel here. That means there's nobody in the backfield. Fields will drop back. Throws downfield. Overshoots an open man. And the Cowboys dodged a bullet. 2nd and 10 now. Fields will go in the shotgun. After the big play by Garrett Wilson earlier, he's been very quiet. Blitz coming. Fields rolling. Releasing it. Micah Parsons brings him down. The 2nd sack of the day by Micah. It's now 3rd and 19. Everyone type sack. A 2nd sack for Micah Parsons. Third and 19. The Cowboys just have to make sure they keep contained. It has been the problem all game for them. Type in those 3s for 3rd down. Ooh, Micah's got his X Factor going. He's got the X Factor going. I don't know what that does for him, but Fields drops back. Rolling right. Looking, tucking, running. Leafau will help bring him down, along with, I think that was actually Donovan Ezeraku. It was. Ezeraku helped make the tackle. Fields picks up 13, but the Jets have to punt. So Jets will punt now. It is away. Turpin back deep. Grabbed at his own 27 and calls for the fair catch. So, 3:11. 4-minute offense time. Can you bleed clock and grind out the game? Samuel, a $5 super chat. I never won a raffle, so I'll try. You're in to the George Pickens jersey raffle, Samuel. Thank you very much. 3:11 to go. Cowboys up by 7 here. Will they run it or just throw it? Who knows? Glad the Jets punted. They could have gone for it there. It's a handoff to Williams. Williams will pick up 6. And we'll see if Madden does the smart thing and bleed more time here. Will they take it all the way down to 5 seconds and snap it? Will they do the chew clock or no? They will do chew clock. Pistol set. Looks like Jaden Blue actually in the backfield here. Prescott. Hands or play action for some reason. Throws. Well, it's worked and it's caught by Blue for a gain of 4. And that will bleed off the remainder of the clock until the 2-minute warning here. 1st and 10. So they ran play action, which 2-minute warning. Jets do have all 3 timeouts. I'm not even speaking into existence. I'm not even going to speak it into existence. Prescott will give it to Williams. Williams gets loose past midfield. 45. Spun down at the 42. Carrying the ball like it's his baby. Like a loaf of bread. Being protective of it. And he picks up the 1st down. Jets call timeout. Nice running there for Javonte Williams. 1st and 10. 2 timeouts for the Jets. 1:54 to play. I would run it 3 times. Make the Jets bleed. Use all their timeouts here. And then decide to kick it or punt it. Prescott will give it to Williams. And Williams is going to get nothing on that. We may have lost a half yard. Quinnen Williams makes the tackle. Timeout Jets. 1:51. When was the last time the Cowboys could run the ball to close a game? Yeah, not wrong. Al Walton is into the George Pickens jersey raffle. Thank you very much, Al. 2nd and 10. Prescott gives it to Williams. Williams not good blocking there. Booker got beat pretty bad. 3rd and 11. Jets call their final timeout. Right now it'd be about a 60-yard field goal try. I think you'd run the ball here. Like, just take the 40 seconds off. Don't give the Jets more than a minute to go down the field and score. Offset I. Prescott will give it to Williams. He will pick up about 5. So 4th and 6. Now, do you punt or kick the field goal here? I'd probably let all the clock be burned and then call a timeout is what I would do. Maximize your seconds ticked off here. Well, they are going to bring out Aubrey for a 55-yard try. From the left hash. Aubrey's kick is up, and that is no good. He missed it. The alien does not deliver. Looks like he missed it left and maybe low. So the Jets out of timeouts, only down by a touchdown here, are 55 yards away from tying it up with a minute to go in the football game. Minute 02 to go in the football game. Overtime? Micah's still got the X factor. From the shotgun. Fields drops back. Throws. Out route. Caught to the 40. 37-yard line. Garrett Wilson. 57 seconds left. 1st and 10 Jets. They are down by 7. 37.5-yard line. Micah lost his X factor. It's a play action. Fields has all day. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Ezeraku got the pressure on that one. Haven't called his name really all year. I turned injuries off. Did Dante Fowler get hurt? He was not in the game on that one. I didn't see. 2nd and 10. 52 seconds left. Got to get that stop. Fields. Yeah, it's Ezeraku right now. Rolling left. Throwing it away. 3rd and 10. 37 seconds left as Micah's hand phases through Fields. Big 3rd down coming up here. Jets will go with empty. Yeah, it's Ezeraku right now on the field over Fowler. Interesting. Fields throws high and dropped. Oh my God, they had a touchdown. They had the touchdown. It was dropped. And now it's 4th and 10. I don't know who that was. That was a touchdown, and the Jets dropped it. And now Fields, 4th and 10. Micah gonna ice it with his 3rd sack of the game. That is unbelievably lucky. That was a touchdown. Madden Hooker got cooked. Micah then beats a double team for the sack. My God. That was the game-tying touchdown. And the Jets dropped it. And Micah with the sack, his 3rd of the game to ice it. We've seen some weird finishes of weird time management. Can't say I've seen a sure touchdown pass dropped that would have potentially, to the extra point, tied the game. Now, Dallas would have had 3 timeouts in 30 seconds, but man. Whew. So Dallas will win 21-14 with, I didn't even catch whose number that was for the Jets. A dropped touchdown. I don't think it was Garrett Wilson. I thought it was somebody else. I mean, just a colossally hilarious ending to the game on that one. Cowboys 21, Jets 14. Dallas wins. They improve to 5-0. So I'm going to change out the jersey. Stone, take it away with some shout-outs. One-word reaction to the Week 5 Madden Sim win.
All right, folks, Cowboys get it done yet again. Get a victory here over the Jets. Continue to be undefeated on the season. Get your one-word reaction for me into the comments section of today's show. I mean, mine would probably be wet. That would be my one-word reaction. Pause, but yeah, the rain was coming down. At first, it was kind of like, well, should we have done this with the rain coming down? Obviously, that was perfect for MetLife Stadium, but we were in the second quarter, and the Cowboys had like negative yards of offense, and were able to get it turned around and complete a little come-from-behind victory here.
I think sloppy is a good one-word reaction there. The chaos drop is maybe a good one word. That was a touchdown. That was a touchdown to tie the game. Maybe the Jets would have gone for 2. Like, that's something, man. Of all the endings, that is up there with one of the crazier ones. Cowboys 21, Jets 14. So ends the Week 5 Madden Sim. Now we will do one of our mailbags. 2 ways to get on the show. Number 1 is to use hashtag Cowboys or skip the line altogether via a super chat, and you will get on. Hashtag Cowboys, skip the line via a super chat as well. What a finish. That was hookerless. That was bad. He did not have a good game. He's made some good tackles here, but he's been pretty mediocre in coverage. Jets incompetence. Incompetence is a word. Is probably a good one. Just wild finish in that one. All right, use hashtag Cowboys or super chat to skip the line altogether, like William Cook just did.
There we go. Yep. Get those questions in. Don't have any hashtag Cowboys yet, so make sure you get involved with our mailbag. Yeah. Hashtag Cowboys or super chat, like William Cook just did.
Yeah, if you don't use the hashtag Cowboys, it makes it very tough for Producer Stone, impossible to find your questions because, we just did an hour-long Madden Sim. So you have to use that hashtag or else those questions are going to have a tough time finding their way into the mailbag. So any questions, comments, thoughts, current concerns, whatever, get them in via hashtag Cowboys. Skip the line altogether with a super chat. All set there, Stone? Sweet. So get them in. Hashtag Cowboys like Daniel. Let's get some more. Any Cowboys questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, etc. We got you covered. First up from Austin Connor, a $5 super thanks. We'll explain what that means here in just a second. Jalen Ramsey for Trayvon Diggs, straight up. Who would say no? Cowboys get a more stable corner for the Dak Schottenheimer 4-year window. The Dolphins appear to be in seller mode, and we get to gamble on Trayvon's long-term upside. I think you've explained why it makes sense for the Cowboys, like adding Ramsey. I think in the end the Dolphins say no. All their savings from moving on from Ramsey are destroyed by adding Diggs' contract. You're not saving any money there. And they might be in seller mode, but adding another big contract when they kind of don't really, I think, have a lot of room to have more big contracts with the way they're kind of currently constructed. I think the Dolphins just don't get enough benefits there. Plus, he's hurt. They don't know when he's going to play this year. Like they're basically paying him money to not play the first couple months of the season. I think they would much rather have picks. So it's a clever thought. You're trying to use players on your roster to lessen your draft pick capital. I think the Dolphins would have very little interest in doing that. I'd do it, but the Dolphins probably wouldn't. Now, that super thanks got him into our George Pickens jersey raffle. A $5 super thanks, just like a super chat works on our live shows, gets you into the George Pickens jersey raffle. $5, and you are in. $10 super chat from William Cook. Who do you think, other than Dak, needs a fast start? I mean, I think the proper answer here is everybody. This team in general needs a fast start. Like the way the schedule was kind of backloaded, you want to have some room for error, margin for error as the schedule gets more challenging. I think of like players on the roster. I'm thinking guys who, like, if they don't start good, like, could they potentially, lose their jobs? Like, does a Javonte Williams, a Miles Sanders fit in that category with Jaden Blue lurking? Does Mozzie fit in that category? I think all of your linebackers have to start hot for when Overshown gets healthy. I think your corners, guys like whoever starts opposite DaRon Bland, those two guys, Diggs will come back. Revel might not be fully ready week 1. We'll see. I think that's still the goal, the benchmark there. But I think guys who are kind of not guaranteed a starting spot next year have to start hot. From Christopher, does Joe Milton win the backup QB job? It's a good question. My guess is we'll see something similar to last year, where Will Grier is the backup, Joe Milton is the emergency third QB, but unlike last year, if something happened long-term to Dak, knock on wood, hopefully it does not happen, I think they would be more willing to go to Milton sooner and figure out what they have in him. But I think what we're probably going to end up seeing is inconsistency from Milton. And we saw that in the first OTAs. We saw it in the preseason last year. Played great in the final regular season game. I'm excited to see him play at camp in the preseason, but I think there's still going to be some inconsistencies to work through there. So who do you think wins that backup QB job? JM for Joe Milton, WG for Will Grier. Let me know in the comments of today's show. $5 super chat from Mighty Ant 0215. Another entry into the George Pickens jersey raffle. Says, do the Dolphins have a DT2 trade? And the answer is not really one that I think would move the needle. They obviously drafted a couple guys this year. They drafted Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, and Zeke Biggers. They have Zach Sealer, who they're not going to trade, even though he's a good player. And then it's like, do you want Matthew Butler? Does Benito Jones move the needle at all? I'm not so sure. He could maybe kind of be like a Jordan Phillips-esque, like the Cowboys version Jordan Phillips-esque player. That Dolphins team's got a lot of needs. They're kind of thin, and they haven't had very many picks over the years. They have like the least amount of rookie scale contracts, I think, in the NFL. So it's a good thought. I just don't know. I don't know. It's tough to find in general teams that have tradable DT depth. There's just not a lot of them. From Frank, will Savone Revel be healthy for week 1? I think that's the goal. Let's check in again in July. Let's see. Does he begin the year on the PUP list or NFI list, whatever it is for him? When does he get activated? Do they play it cautiously? How's the recovery going? He's been doing, I think, some good rehab stuff on the side, which I think is a good indication of where he's at OTAs. But I think that is still an unknown. It is still a process, and that is very much a long-term asset. The Cowboys aren't going to jeopardize it immediately. So I think I'd lean towards yes, he is active, but I would not set it in stone. I think that is the goal, though. The goal is back in camp, playing in week 1, although maybe he doesn't start week 1. That could be more of a gets a job as the year goes along thing. So predictions. Does Savone Revel play in week 1? Y for yes, N for no. Zion XX Zest, whatever that is. What do you think about Wanye Thomas? Think he'll be a good starter if we get rid of Donovan. I wonder if I'm kind of very curious to see what Matt Eberflus does at safety this year. Because Zimmer just played Bell and Donovan Wilson or Wilson and Hooker, and that was it. Can Wanye Thomas get on the field more? I'd like to see him. I would have loved to see him last year when the year was over. Can Marquise Bell get on the field more? I would like to see those guys get a chance. They haven't in the games we've seen, but there wasn't a lot of those necessarily. It hasn't had many chances. So I think it's a great question. I like the overall depth in the safety room. I do wonder how they can better maximize it overall. It's a very good question there. Zion, thank you. This Cowboys polo is available for 40% off. Chatsports.com/Cowboys polo. It is an officially licensed Cowboys polo. Link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. That's chatsports.com/Cowboys polo. Donnell, Texas Wolf Graves. Jair Alexander or Jalen Ramsey? Who would the Cowboys be more likely to grab? I don't know if they're going to get either. I want to emphasize that it is by no means a guarantee. I think Jalen Ramsey will end up being traded somewhere else, which the Rams have always been linked so heavily there. Wouldn't be a huge shock. Unless Alexander gets cut, Ramsey is not getting cut, by the way. I have my doubts the Cowboys would be looking to pay the amount of salary involved there. So I'd lean Alexander, but my gut still says no. Jaden, hashtag Cowboys Report. It still works. It's still pulled. Which spot should the Cowboys go after? Corner, DT, or linebacker? For me, it is cornerback or DT. I think that either of those spots you could use. Like, you probably need another piece. I think DT at nose guard, I'd love another option to not have to lean on Mozzie and the 7th rounders. I don't know if that's a great room unless you get a big breakout from Mozzie. I don't want to necessarily bank on that because that's what they did last year. And then corner, short term, with all those injuries, would kind of be nice. Connor, do the Cowboys have the worst starting QB in the NFC East? No. It's clearly the Giants. Russ was not good last year. He hasn't been good in years. He's not garbage. He's better than Daniel Jones in that group, but clearly still the Giants. Winston's is an electric backup for fantasy and memes, but not a real starter. Jackson Dart is a later round 1 pick who I didn't think was that good. I think it's very clearly Dak Prescott. Even if you want to go Hurts and Daniels over them, sure, it's clearly insert Giants QB here. And it's let me put it this way. I think Dak is closer to the Daniels Hurts grouping than he is the Giants grouping. It's not even a conversation for me. What is a good conversation, I think, is ranking Dak among the NFC-specific QBs. You got Stafford and Purdy and Hurts and Daniels and Goff, and maybe you get breakout year from Caleb Williams and others. But where does he rank? And then in the comments section of today's show. Daniel, you think CeeDee and Pickens could have 1,000 yards for the season? I think they each could. Yeah, that wouldn't be a huge shock necessarily. It might mean a little bit fewer yards for Pickens or for Lamb than what he's had previously, but it would probably be higher quality of some of those targets his way. So I wouldn't be shocked by that. If you're feeding those two guys a lot, and you both get to 1,000 yards, probably was a pretty good season. So I would not be shocked by that. I think your over-under is 1.75. The math obviously does not work at all, but I think it's closer to yes than no. If you guys want more free Dallas Cowboys YouTube videos, hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. King Trill, thoughts on an NFL draft lottery? Respectfully, stupid. Doesn't make any sense. Let's say the Cowboys win 3 games and they finish with the 3rd worst record in football, whatever year it is, and there's 3 awesome QBs coming out, and the lottery drops them to 7. That's so stupid. I think a draft lottery, I think it actually all does is actually increase tanking. It does not fix tanking. It doesn't. It just adds more teams bowing out late in the season. I have zero desire to have an NFL draft lottery. I think it would frankly be stupid. From a West side, one of my favorite what-ifs is what would Dak's line have been if he didn't get injured back in 2020? Could have put up some insane numbers with that atrocious defense. What was the one Brett Favre year? Let me see if I can find that. Not the person, obviously. This was back in 1998 when Brett Favre I guess they won 11 games. This was 2005 when they were terrible. He threw 607 passes, had 29 picks and 20 TDs. I think you would maybe flip those around. I think he would have thrown a lot of picks that year out of necessity, but I think he would have thrown for easily 5,000 yards. Let me go back and look at that Dak year too, by the way, because that year he had 9 TDs and 4 interceptions. And if I prorate his numbers out over that season, acknowledging that he kind of played in half the game, his average 17-game season, this is absolutely hilarious. The average per game over a fully healthy 17-game season was 10 rushing TDs, 31 passing TDs, 14 interceptions, 6,310 yards. I don't know if he would have stayed on that pace, but that was the stat pace he was on before he got hurt, because they had to throw it 45 times a game because that defense was terrible. It's a great point, Wes. Rick the Man, 562. Can the Cowboys make a deep playoff push this season? I'll set my expectations at making a push. I think there's still a lot of unknowns with how does the look defense fare? How do the injuries fare? You have a totally unproven head coach and, frankly, play caller. At least the new play caller hasn't done it in years. I think there's a lot of unknowns that have contributed to why that over-under is so low. I think your range of outcomes is actually pretty wide. It could be a great year. It could be a bad year. So check in again like in week 6, and I'll have a better feel, I think. Will the Cowboys pay Micah Parsons before training camp? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. It's the pin poll, by the way, as well. By the way, good note from Schefter. The Dolphins have had trade conversations with the Steelers about Jonnu Smith. Arthur Smith is addicted to him. They're going to run 2 personnel the entire time. All right, get those votes in. Y for yes, N for no. Mighty Ant 0215 says, damn. That was in reference to his previous super chat. So Mighty Ant, both of your super chats, by the way, are in for the George Pickens jersey raffle. We're going to sign off for today's live show. Later today, we will have Cowboys OTA news and takeaways. That practice open media session should be ending in about an hour, and then we'll break down the takeaways, have winners and losers on Friday. Do not miss out. Hit that sub button right now.